Nice. And for those, we talked about this with Jennifer the other day. For those of us that haven't seen Steel Magnolias, the movie or the play, like, can you give us a summary that doesn't spoil anything?
So, when I've been talking with people around town, the first thing that everybody thinks about is the movie. The play is very different. The play came before the movie, but it all happens in Truvy's beauty shop.
Mhm.
And it happens over a period of time. After living in Louisiana, when I lived in Shreveport, I actually lived an hour away from where they shot the movie in Natchitoches. And going there gave a lot of perspective on what some of the references in the show mean. So it's a very southern show. It's about strong women. It's about women that hold their men up and hold each other up. It's just really a big, like, I think, women empowerment show. And long before
Mm.
its time, because this was wrote back in the 80s and it's set in the 80s.
Yeah. Is it a show that you think does it bring about any controversy? Or is it pretty, because there's always controversy around these things, even when there shouldn't be.
I don't think in 2023
Mm.
these women really cause much controversy because of where the women's movement is now. Probably in the 80s, it was probably very controversial, some parts of it.
Mm. And what got you in the position where now you're directing the play? How did that come about?
So, like I said, before me and Randy had discussed getting theater back to the River Valley Arts Center. It had been years since we had done anything that was just our own. We had partnered with the high school, we had partnered with Tech to do the big musicals at the center. My vision was doing something that was taking a space and making it into a black box theater because we're doing it at Wild Creek Art Gallery, which is a gallery for local artists to like present their work. And when I walked in there with Jennifer, because after she took over, we were discussing getting Steel Magnolias off the ground, but we needed a space. So we went down to see Peg at Wild Creek, and as soon as I walked in, I saw the stage, and I thought, this is it. We can turn this into a black box theater, because Steel is a small show, and it should be an intimate show. So that's where it started. Me and Jennifer started doing the legwork with Peg. We set up auditions. The whole ideal that if you build it, they will come. Everything's just working out. And that's one of the great things about theater. It's a very collaborative art. I have a vision for this show. It's a show I've wanted to direct as a bucket list item for years. And the ladies that are in the show and my crew, I couldn't have asked for better people. And actually, my whole crew is all ladies too. So that's pretty cool that it's a show about women empowerment. And then you have nothing but women that are working on it. So
That's great. That's great. What's the biggest challenge when it comes to putting together something like this, managing personalities involved? And I mean, as a director, are you sort of is your role before the show literally just putting all the pieces together, making sure everyone's in place?
one of the biggest challenges is the budget. There is not a whole lot of budget that we have as a nonprofit. And since we have not done anything like this in a long time, it takes a lot of effort of people sponsoring. And luckily, a lot of people in the cast and myself have just donated things financially and personally to make this happen for the Art Center, which is a big passion for me. I think it's so important in a small town like Russellville that we have an art center that thrives. And for some people, like coming to an art gallery show or something, a lot of local people, that doesn't have any interest. But being entertained by live entertainment is something everybody can connect with. So the challenge of trying to put together a production with not much of a budget, but also giving a great show to the community has been the biggest challenge.
Nice. And y'all are on track to do that, right?
Yes, actually, we're a little bit ahead. The ladies are off book for the most part ahead of what I had scheduled. So rehearsals are going great. The set's coming together.
Mhm.
Everything's really working out.
How is so it's at the Wild Creek Art Gallery
Hmm.
downtown. What how can people purchase a ticket? And do you have tickets left? I mean, is it
We do have tickets left. They are selling pretty quickly. You can go to the River Valley Arts Center. Jennifer has links set up for the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday performances. Um, I've been sharing them on social media as well. You can go by the center and you can purchase them. Also when they're open. But we are doing a Meet the Cast and Crew brunch on Sunday at 10 a.m. at Old Bank. It's going to be a brunch buffet. The ticket for that is $20, or you can do an extended VIP ticket for the Sunday matinee and pay the 40 and the 20, which is 60 total. And it's right before the matinee show on Sunday.
Okay, so that $20 that gets you brunch.
Mm-hmm.
So that they do buffets at Old Bank.
Well, it's a partnership, so
Gotcha.
it's something that we plan. But yes,
that's awesome. Okay, cool. So there's still some tickets available. You can get those on the River Valley Arts Center website. So after Steel Magnolias, it sounds like it's going pretty good. Do you have anything kind of that you're wanting to do next?
I have discussed with Jennifer. I think that we're going to try to do some things like Shakespeare, one-act plays. There is talks about doing other things, but nothing definite right now.
I'm interested because I've been here my whole life. You've only been here for a couple of years. What is your interpretation of Russellville? How do you, how would you describe the town? What is there to do that you know of?
Well, everybody talks about how there's nothing to do here. So the thing is, especially being in retail here locally, is there are things to do, but you've got to get out and you've got to support it. The reason why we don't have things is because we don't support them. So the biggest thing that I've noticed since I've lived here is when there is something like this, you have to get out, you have to get the tickets, you have to go to it, you have to support it. There's a big interest in theater and art here. It's just that we don't have enough people producing that. And also you need the people that are doing the work so that the community can come to it. So, and I think that there is a hunger right now for art and creativity in the city. There's a lot of younger people that are getting on board. I think that's probably the future of Russellville, because the town itself could do so many things. There's so much possibility, specifically in downtown. And we are trying to highlight the entertainment district because PEG is part of that, Old Bank is part of that. So the ideal that you can get a alcoholic beverage and just walk down the street, have conversation with friends. That all causes a sense of community. We just need a lot more of that because that all ties right into the art community too.
Absolutely. And these creative individuals, I think, I agree with you. I think Russellville has them. How do you find them? That's something I've been trying to figure out is how do I connect with other creative people that want to make things, whether it's film or art?
I had a really hard time. The first thing I did, and the first thing I do when I move to a different city is I get on social media and I try to find the local community theater and other avenues. And it was just not easy to find. And I think we need to be better at trying to be out there for people that are new to the town. But doing this, I have met tons of people that work with the center that are involved at tech. Once you get involved in one thing here, you will meet all the people. It's just when you're brand new to town, it is hard to meet. And I think maybe we need to have some type of a group that when people come in town, it's easy to find things about art and how to get involved. I think that is definitely something we could work on as a community.
Definitely. And as someone who's grown up here, I think, I didn't go to Russellville School District, but I've lived in the town of Russellville. I think for a long time, there was this, nothing was really happening, at least from my perspective, as growing up as a teenager. I think that started to change. I think there's more, or at least people are getting better at hey, we've been here the whole time, but now you can see us. Maybe we're getting better at the digital side of things and communicating. But I think a lot of people, specifically around my age, in their mid-20s, have written Russellville off because throughout growing up, we didn't know what was going on. So I think that's definitely a part of it. Communication. And like you said, having some sort of avenue for people to figure this stuff out, which is why we're doing this, Brian. Mm-hmm. So what else do you want people to know about the Art Center? Aside from the play, what, and even those people that may not be thinking right now, they may not think of themselves as artists, right? Because those people probably already know about you, or at least they're looking for you. These people that are just sitting, maybe listening to this right now, that aren't an artist, why should they come check it out? What do you think they would benefit from?
So at the Art Center, which we're right by the city park, in a small building. And however, every day, Monday through Friday, we have tons of classes. Jennifer has added a lot of different classes that you can take. Right now, we're doing kids camps for kids that are out of school. Um, from anything and everything. I know that we're planning on doing some theater classes, like theater makeup and stuff, going forward. But we do painting. They just did a palette painting class. You don't really have to be an artist to take these classes. It's something just fun to do. You could do it with a friend. There's all sorts of events that you can sign up for at this center.
Awesome. And then as far as like getting involved, teaching, sharing your knowledge, I know you guys have instructors from the community. How does someone go about? They just need to come in. Is that something y'all kind of do? Where say there's an expert in acrylic canvas painting here that wants
Jennifer
to share.
is actively looking for instructors. So if you would like to teach something that's anything art, anything, she would be more than welcome to like talk to those people. Like just stop by the center and talk to her about it.
Yeah. Look, on the side, the only artistic ability I possess is digital, like 3D modeling. I'm still I'd say a beginner to intermediate stage, but I've spent a couple thousand hours. Have you ever heard of Blender? Are you into the digital stuff? So yeah, like if y'all ever get computers, I would totally be down to come in and do like a beginner to Blender class. But computers, I guess those cost money, and
they do cost money.
do y'all have like a fleet? Is that a possibility in the future? Digital classes?
I think that Jennifer has a really strong background in grant writing. So one of the reasons why we selected her is I think that she's going to bring a lot of different grants to the center that will afford us some better equipment, possibly a bigger location, and that's the hope.
That's awesome. Grant writing. I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. And if y'all ever want to do that class digitally too, I bet you could do that. I bet that's something y'all probably already thought about. But some classes, depending on what they are, you're going to lose that physical component, but you could probably even do a virtual class.
Oh yeah, definitely. Digital art is definitely the art of the future. I mean, that is definitely an art form.
And what do you think about this AI generated art as an artist yourself, like, and being around them all day? You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just generate images, and I do it when we make some of these videos. Sometimes we use AI generated images because we own the commercial rights to them. But the way they've learned, the way those models have learned how to generate those images is by analyzing basically everyone else's images and then combining it in its own brain. So some people argue that is copyright infringement of those original artists.
Yeah, I don't know. AI is so brand new. There's lots of opinions about it. It's amazing the things that you can do with AI, down to music artists that have passed away. I mean, it's going to be possible to create music and all sorts of things. But with that kind of technology comes a lot of responsibility. So I think it's important to be responsible as a digital creator when you're using AI technology.
So you're not. It sounds like you have a pretty positive, not necessarily positive or negative, just a good viewpoint on it. Many artists I see, and I kind of feel are scared of it, or at least angry at it, right? Because they're like, "This is going to take away my ability to," which I don't think it will, but I suppose we'll see. That's it. But you said
the fear that humans
artists
will be replaced, I think, is the only problem that people have with AI.
Yeah. So like a music artist, say like Elvis or something. I don't know who owns his label, who owns that name, but they could and probably will soon be making, if they wanted to, make more music with his voice. And that's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, because he doesn't have he's not here to say, okay, that's cool.
Oh, I was thinking about that the other day because it's all in the news. I mean, people like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince that have died, they can make an entire album that sounds like they recorded it and it not be them. And a lot of those artists still had music that they wrote or had purchased to produce and never produced it. So I don't know how I feel about it either. They're not here, but I feel like if it was something that was in their catalog that they were going to produce at some point, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, people would definitely purchase it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, but you're right. People would definitely purchase it. It'll be interesting to see where we end up as far as the arts are concerned over the next few years. Because there's massive lawsuits and stuff going on right now, stuff that I'm not fully educated on. But Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, you can still art. I think is a personal thing. You can still get in. I haven't done much physical side. I want to take a class sometime and get in there and like work with my hands. I'm looking on the Facebook page right now. Maybe do some pottery. So tell me, did you ever meet Winston Taylor?
I did not.
I've heard his name several times as I've started talking to y'all, and apparently a legend. But he taught the pottery class, I think, and probably other ones. Who's teaching the pottery class right now?
I am not sure.
Is it
I know that
Olivia?
we have several different pottery classes that are going
Several
on,
different
and
ones.
pottery is very popular here. It's one of our more popular classes that we do sell, and there's multiple different types that you can take right now.
Okay. Have you taken any of the classes?
No, I will not be taking a pottery class. That is not something that would probably work out very well for me.
No, I mean just any class in general.
Haven't taken any classes at the center. When it comes to art, you probably don't want me to paint. Art is more of what I'm doing right now. And as a director, the art is the vision of what the show looks like. The show's been done. It's being produced all over Arkansas right now. It's very popular in the South, but every director has a different vision of what steel looks like. And so art comes in all different forms. You were talking about your digital form, theater's another form, and then there's the canvas form and the pottery form. I wish I could create beautiful things like that. I really appreciate that. I love buying art that is in the galleries, but I am not great at that kind of art.
Directing people. Have you been in plays yourself?
Yes, I have acted. I used to act before I moved away from Arkansas with the Maumelle Players. Actually, the Maumelle Players and Lantern Community Theater in Conway currently is in their last weekend of doing Steel Magnolias in Maumelle. And that's where I did some makeup for them. I did several acting gigs for them. So I've been on both sides of the stage.
Okay. And do you prefer being on this side of the stage? Or is it just kind of the natural progression for you?
I enjoy acting, but I've enjoyed directing too. I don't know that I'd ever want to do both at the same time because people do that, but that would be a huge responsibility.
Yeah, I guess you better be dialed in on if you're doing a good job acting or not, because there's no one there to tell you
Right.
otherwise. So awesome. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about Steel Magnolias? Getting those dates, we'll put those on the screen. But the end of August 25th, 26th, 27th.
The only other thing that I'm going to clarify that's been a little confusing to people is the first 3 rows, the front rows of the theater, are VIP. They're the best view of the stage. They're also going to get heavy hors d'oeuvres, appetizers served to them at their seat, courtesy of Old Bank, and then also 3 either adult beverages or Coke, coffee, whatever. We will have general concessions for the general admission seats, but there's only 48 of those tickets for each show.
48 total, including VIP.
48 for the VIP, and then there is a little over 100 total tickets for each show. And we are probably about halfway sold out for almost every show right now.
Okay, so people better hurry up and get their tickets. I need to talk to my wife and see what day she's, probably the Saturday or Sunday, see if she's interested in going. You think she'd like it?
Oh, yeah. I don't. That was another decision maker too. If you live in the South, specifically if you're a lady, how do you not love Steel Magnolias?
Nice. And yeah, I'm excited to check it out. It's kind of like a whole family thing, right? Can kids enjoy it too?
Oh, absolutely. It is cut very heavy parts of it that are adult themed, but there is little to no language in the show, so it's very family friendly.
Awesome, Brian. Let's see. As far as Steel Magnolias, those were all my questions. Brian, what else would you like to talk about today?
I don't know. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah, we've covered several things. Yeah, I'm excited to see where the Art Center goes. I've only recently discovered it. I know it's been here forever, for 42 years, I guess. So not forever, but it's something that I don't know how I didn't know about it. I guess it's always been there in that same building. And y'all are going to build a stage soon. Are you involved in that process?
I'm not involved in it, but Jennifer has kind of told me about it. That's a grant that she wrote to get that funding to build
Mhm.
that. Um, the stage will be out there for live music, different types of like poetry slams, from what I understand from her. And we've even talked about, when I was discussing like the Shakespeare thing and the one at plays, we discussed doing that like in the fall, like when it's not as hot as it is right now. But it's going to be a nice space since the center is so small, to give us to do events on the property of the center.
That's awesome. And Brian, kind of asking you a question about the community of Russellville. What is your favorite thing to do around here, or what are you really anticipating over the next few years? Maybe something that people, the art center, for example, something that maybe not everyone has heard of. For me, I really like the mountain bike trails around here. We're getting some new parks and stuff. Is there anything that the city or community's recently added or has that you just really treasure?
I think my favorite thing, I love downtown areas. I love the revitalization of that. And I think that what the city council and the mayor have done with the entertainment district, although it's small right now, is great for things like the art walk. I love the art walks that we do. We participate in those too. With the entertainment district, it gives a sense of community with the restaurants, with the art. And I think I'm excited the most about what's going to happen with the downtown partnership.
That's awesome. Yeah, me too. I haven't been to an art walk yet. I need to. They do those once a month, or once every couple
No, I
months.
think they do them like maybe 4 times a year.
So
I'm
once
not
a
for
quarter.
sure.
Once a quarter, and typically you just show up. Is it specifically just contained to downtown?
It is downtown. That was one thing that was important to me about the show and the center. We want to be more active in the downtown area. And then I also wanted to support Wild Creek because it's all local artists.
Mm.
The art will still be on the walls for the performances, and all the art will be available for purchase if people that attend the show want to do that. The art walk would include like Wild Creek, all the galleries downtown. We usually have artists in Joshua Jewelry, like that's where we go usually as the art center. But you just kind of like walk around to the different places, look at different local art. You can purchase art. You can stop in at any of the restaurants, get something to eat, get something to drink. And now that we have the entertainment district, you can take it with you. Um, there's all sorts of things going on. It's usually very busy downtown for those events. So, it's just a really fun thing, and I'm so happy that we have been able to partner downtown to promote everything that is art in Russellville.
It's great, Brian. It's great. Well, thank you so much, man, for coming on. I think that Russellville has a lot to look forward to, especially Still Magnolias. So make sure to check that out. If you're listening, go get your ticket. And is the Wild Creek? Do you know if they're open right now?
I believe they are open.
And you can just
They're
pop
open
in there
Monday through
anytime.
Friday. You can pop in and look at the art anytime. I believe Peck still has spaces for rent. If you want to rent a space on the wall to showcase and sell your art, she is the person to contact.